What is the main purpose of the air compressor in an air brake system? A. To circulate coolant through the engine. B. To supply air to the service reservoirs. C. To regulate fuel injection. D. To release the parking brake. Answer B. The air compressor pumps air into the air storage tanks, reservoirs, used for braking. What does the governor control in an air brake system? A. The trailer air supply valve. B. The rate of air flow to the chambers. C. The air compressor cut in and cut out pressure. D. The brake pedal resistance. Answer C. The governor controls when the air compressor pumps air, cut in, and when it stops pumping, cut out, usually between 100 to 125 psi. At what size should the low air warning signal activate on most commercial vehicles? A. 125 psi. B. 100 psi. C. 70 psi. D. 60 psi. Answer D. The low air warning signal must activate before air pressure drops below 60 psi in the primary or secondary system. What happens when the air pressure falls below 20 to 45 psi in a dual air brake system? A. The ABS is disabled. B. The engine shuts off. C. The spring brakes automatically engage. D. The service brakes become stronger. Answer C. If pressure falls too low, the spring brakes automatically apply to stop the vehicle safely. Which brake system applies the brakes when the driver uses the foot brake? A. Emergency brake system. B. Parking brake system. C. Service brake system. D. Hydraulic brake system. Answer C. The service brake system applies the brakes when the brake pedal is pressed during normal driving. What is the proper procedure to test for air leakage in the service brake system? A. Hold the parking brake and rev the engine. B. Turn off the engine, release brakes, and apply full pressure to the brake pedal. C. Open the drain valves and observe pressure drop. D. Step on the clutch while parked. Answer B. To test leakage, build pressure to 120 to 140 psi, turn off the engine, release brakes, and apply constant foot pressure while monitoring pressure drop. What is the maximum acceptable air loss rate for a single vehicle with brakes released during the applied leakage test? A. 1 psi per minute. B. 2 psi per minute. C. 3 psi per minute. D. 4 psi per minute. Answer A. A single vehicle should not lose more than 1 psi per minute when testing for air leaks with the brakes released. What is the function of the slack adjuster? A. To pressurize the air compressor. B. To remove moisture from air lines. C. To convert air pressure into hydraulic pressure. D. To adjust the brake chamber pushrod travel. Answer D. Slack adjusters help maintain proper brake chamber pushrod travel and compensate for brake lining wear. When should manual slack adjusters be checked? A. Once every 6 months. B. Only during a DOT inspection. C. As part of the daily pre-trip inspection. D. When the parking brake fails. Answer C. Manual slack adjusters must be inspected daily during the pre-trip inspection to ensure they're within the correct adjustment limits. What is the maximum pushrod travel allowed on most SCAM brakes before adjustment is required? A. 1 inch. B. 1.75 inches. C. 2 inches. D. 2.5 inches. Answer C. Pushrod travel generally should not exceed 2 inches. Exceeding this limit means brakes need adjustment. Which braking method is safest for long downhill grades? A. Full braking continuously. B. Light intermittent braking. C. Using only engine brakes. D. Snubbing or applying brakes firmly and releasing repeatedly. Answer: D. The snubbing technique prevents brake overheating by applying firm pressure, then releasing when the vehicle slows down sufficiently. Why must air tanks be drained regularly? A. To cool the system. B. To allow faster air delivery. C. To prevent water and oil buildup that can cause brake failure. D. To clean the valves. Answer: C. Draining tanks prevents water and oil from accumulating, which can lead to brake malfunction or freezing. Which of the following is true about spring brakes? A. They apply with engine heat. B. They are part of the steering system. C. They are applied by mechanical force when air pressure is lost. D. They are powered by hydraulic fluid. Answer: C. Spring brakes use mechanical force from large springs that apply the brakes when air pressure is lost or the parking brake is engaged. How do you know if your vehicle is equipped with ABS? A. ABS label on the driver's license. B. Special dashboard warning light at startup. C. Brake pedal feels soft. D. Low pressure alarm activates earlier. Answer: B. All air brake vehicles with ABS have an ABS indicator light that comes on during startup to verify system function. When should you avoid using the parking brake? A. During a downhill stop. B. When the brake chambers are overheated. C. When parking on a level surface. D. When air pressure is low. Answer: B. You should avoid using the parking brake when the brake chambers are overheated. What is the primary risk of using air brakes too much on long downhill grades? A. Tire blowout. B. Compressor overcharging. C. Brake fade or failure due to overheating. D. Low air pressure in fuel lines. Answer: C. Excessive use of brakes on long grades can cause heat buildup, leading to brake fade or total failure. What is the correct order when performing the air brake system check during the pre-trip? A. Governor cut-in, low pressure warning, leakage, spring brake. B. Cutout, leakage test, low pressure warning, emergency brake test. C. Cut-in/cutout, low air warning, applied leakage test, spring brake pop-out. D. Engine start, brake pedal test, wiper check, horn test. Answer: C. The proper air brake check includes checking cut-in/cutout pressure, low pressure warning, applied leakage, and spring brake automatic engagement. Which component removes water and oil from the air system? A. Air dryer. B. Governor. C. Pushrod. D. Foot valve. Answer: A. The air dryer filters moisture and contaminants from compressed air to prevent system damage. How often should the air pressure build from 85 to 100 psi in a properly functioning air brake system? A. Within 30 seconds. B. Within 60 seconds. C. Within 90 seconds. D. Within 2 minutes. Answer: C. Air pressure should rise from 85 to 100 psi within 45 seconds in dual systems, but 90 seconds is an upper limit for most single systems. Which condition should be reported immediately after an air brake inspection? A. Slight hissing sound from valves. B. Brake pedal travel under 1 inch. C. Pushrod stroke beyond limits. D. Slack adjuster moves less than 1 inch. Answer: C. Excessive pushrod stroke indicates brake out of adjustment, which is a critical safety issue requiring immediate attention. The parking brake should be tested by A. Turning off the vehicle and pulling the parking brake knob. B. Releasing the service brake and gently pulling forward. C. Releasing the trailer brakes only. D. Pressing the accelerator. Answer B. After setting the parking brake, release the service brake and gently pull forward to test if the parking brake holds. During the air leakage test with brakes applied, what indicates a problem? A. Air pressure drops 2 psi in 1 minute. B. Air pressure remains steady. C. Air pressure increases during the test. D. Air pressure drops 5 psi in 1 minute. Answer D. More than 3 psi loss in 1 minute, or 4 psi for combination vehicles, indicates a serious air leak that must be repaired. What should you do if the ABS warning light remains on while driving? A. Pull over and call a tow truck. B. Expect a full brake system failure. C. Continue driving, but have the ABS inspected. D. Stop immediately and bleed the brakes. Answer C. ABS failure does not affect standard braking, but it should be inspected as soon as possible. What is the purpose of the dual air brake system? A. To improve fuel efficiency. B. To provide a backup in case one system fails. C. To double the stopping power. D. To allow faster air drainage. Answer B. A dual system ensures the vehicle still has braking ability if one part fails. Which brake system uses the parking brake control? A. Service brakes. B. Anti-lock system. C. Emergency/spring brake system. D. Trailer service brakes. Answer C. The parking brake control operates the spring brakes, which are part of the emergency braking system. During the build-up test, what pressure must the air compressor reach before the governor cuts out? A. 120 to 140 psi. B. 90 to 100 psi. C. 100 to 115 psi. D. 50 to 70 psi. Answer A. The governor should cut the compressor off between 120 and 140 psi under normal operation. If you must make an emergency stop with air brakes, how should you brake? A. Pump the brake pedal. B. Slam the brakes hard. C. Use controlled or stab braking. D. Rely only on engine brakes. Answer C. Controlled braking or stab braking is recommended to prevent wheel lockup during emergencies. Which air brake component converts air pressure into mechanical force? A. Foot valve. B. Brake chamber. C. Governor. D. Air dryer. Answer B. The brake chamber converts compressed air into mechanical force to move the pushrod and apply the brakes. What is the purpose of the trailer air supply valve? A. To control steering. B. To inflate trailer tires. C. To apply and release trailer emergency brakes. D. To monitor suspension pressure. Answer C. The trailer air supply valve controls airflow to the trailer and engages or disengages trailer brakes. Why must brakes be in proper adjustment on vehicles with air brakes? A. Air consumption increases. B. The vehicle burns more fuel. C. Brakes will not apply evenly, risking loss of control. D. It reduces turbo lag. Answer C. Improper adjustment causes uneven braking, which can lead to pulling, brake fade, or loss of control, especially in emergencies.